17th, 2025. We also have that the CFP orders Honda's auto financing arm to pay $12.8 million for COVID-19 and other credit reporting failures. So like if you were like affected during COVID and like you like were laid off and lost your job and you got behind on some, on your, they were not supposed to report that as delinquent on your credit report. Actually, for automobiles, you should have been told that you can defer your lending company to defer your payments. So the CFPB today ordered the American Honda Finance Corporation to pay $12.8 million for reported inaccurate information that affected the credit bureaus of 300,000 people who drive Honda and Acura vehicles. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Honda Finance deferred certain vehicle loan payments. However, the CFPB found that the company told credit reporting companies that borrowers were delinquent when they should have been reported as current. The CFPB's investigation also found multiple other credit furnishing accuracy and dispute investigation failures. The CFPB is ordering the company to pay $10.3 million to redress to harmed consumers and to pay the $2.5 million civil money penalty. If you're affected by this, you are to go on the CFPB's website and look for the Victims Relief Fund so you can see if you can be rewarded for damages as well. January 17, 2025, the CFPB orders Equifax to pay $15 million for improper investigations of credit reporting errors. Today, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau took action against Equifax, the nationwide consumer reporting agency, for its failures to conduct proper investigations of consumer disputes. The CFPB found Equifax ignored consumer documents and evidence submitted with disputes, allowed previously deleted inaccuracies to be reinserted into the credit reports, provided confusing and conflicting letters to consumers about the results of its investigations, and used flawed software code which led to inaccurate consumer credit scores. The order requires Equifax to comply with federal law, and Equifax must pay a $15 million civil money penalty, which will be disputed into the CFPB's Victim Relief Fund. Okay, so you might can see like the article, I'm gonna post it right here, but I also disputed something with Equifax about improper reporting history data, and I got back this wacky thing right here. Don't make any sense. It was disputed off of TransUnion, but this is what I got back for them. So I wonder how my client can benefit from this. It says Equifax failed in basic duty to investigate and resolve consumer reports about inaccurate information on their credit reports. Today's order requires Equifax to pay a civil penalty and follow federal laws on handling credit reporting disputes. We found Equifax violated the FCRA's requirements for investigating and processing consumer disputes and assuring maximum possible accuracies of information on its consumer reports. They also found that Equifax violated the law by using ineffective systems and flawed processes and excessively deferring to furnishers to address disputes. Are having this same problem with Equifax, I would advise you to look on the CFPB website to see if you can get some of the $15 million out of the victim fund, because I'm gonna advise my client to. And if you would like a free checklist on what to look for when you want to start disputing inaccuracies on your credit report, the link will be in the comments, pinned to the top. As of January 16, 2025, according to payments, credit reporting companies must disclose source of consumer data, according to the CFPB. The CFPB filed a brief Thursday, January 16, saying it aims to ensure that credit reporting companies are held accountable for junk data and don't secure loopholes in the law that prevent them accountability. The regulator filed the brief in a case in which TransUnion has argued that it doesn't have to provide consumers with the source of some of the information in their credit reports, including names, phone numbers, social security numbers, and addresses. CFPB General Counsel Seth Frotman wrote in Thursday blog's post. Congress clearly required consumer reporting companies to disclose the source of phone numbers and similar information, and courts have found that the law's protection applies to information on credit reports, which plainly includes consumers' personal identifying information. And TransUnion did not immediately reply to the request from payments. The credit reporting company, a consumer, claims he was subject to debt collection calls after TransUnion listed his phone number in someone else's credit report, as well as included a phone number that didn't belong to him on his credit report, and failing to provide him with the source of the incorrect phone number, according to the blog post. Without access to this information, consumers were unable to find out who may have reported wrong information about them, and people's data get mixed up with someone else's. It's not just a minor inconvenience, but a problem that can have been far-reaching consequences for their financial lives. Yeah, so you really need to be requesting your credit report. It used to be once a year, now it's weekly, but if you go on the website, you can download it yourself and look at it. And everything is supposed to be 100% accurate, and they're supposed to give you the things that you are asking for, because you can sue them as well. As of January 7th, 2025. Now, the way the healthcare system is set up, yeah, medical debt can be like crippling. So the CFPB finalized a rule that will remove an estimated $49 billion in medical bills from the credit reports of about 15 million Americans. They were one of the easiest things to get off of your credit report. So now you really don't have to worry about that. Unless they change it. I'm not sure if they will, but yeah. People who get sick shouldn't have to have their financial future upended, said the CFPB director. The CFPB final rule will close a special carve-out that has allowed debt collectors to abuse the credit reporting system to coerce people into paying medical bills that may not even owe. As of January 14, 2015, the CFPB sues Capital One for cheating consumers out of more than $2 billion in interest payments on savings accounts. I have a savings account with Capital One. Today, the CFPB sued Capital One and its parent holding company, Capital One Financial Corp., for cheating millions of consumers out of more than $2 billion and $2 billion in interest. The CFPB alleges that Capital One promised consumers that its flagship 360 savings account provided one of the nation's best and highest interest rates, but the bank froze the interest rate at a low level while rates rose nationwide. Around the same time, Capital One created a virtually identical product, the 360 Performance Savings. That differed from the 360 Savings only in that it paid out substantially more in interest at one point, more than 14 times from the CFPB from me. And normally, like, it seems like they're on a roll. I don't know if that has something to do with the new administration, trying to do away with this program when it actually helps the American consumers and making sure that their financial status isn't ruined by these credit reporting agencies and these banks.